Beautiful. See you there. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Scott here from Woke Societies. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm on a new software right now, so I was a little bit nervous to see if it was going to work today. But it's running, it's working. There we are. Hey, everybody. We are on Periscope. We're on D Live. We're on YouTube, and we are also on Twitch. We're spreading that net, casting that net, getting bigger by the day. And I'm just so happy to be here with all of you. 2 days going by, not seeing everybody. It seems like it's an eternity, news-wise. Holy cow. We're definitely going over an hour today, ladies and gentlemen. And my mods just found that out. I'm not going to kill you, I promise, guys. There's just so much to cover. Q's been dropping Bible long drops, which we're not going to cover all of them. It's just too much, but we're going to get into everything tonight. I got an announcement to make after my intro about a new show that I'm going to be doing with a dear friend of mine now. I cannot wait. Just cannot wait to get into that, and I'll make that announcement after the intro. We'll let everybody gather around here just for another minute, and we'll get this show on the road as we always like to do. So, if you guys are new here, there are a lot of new faces to Woke Societies. In the last 2 weeks, we've added almost 40,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? It's been crazy. I see you, Suki. I see you. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Todd. And I don't know if there's any other mods here right now. We're still going to have to add some more, but thank you guys for being here. Thank you for running the chat. It is essential to what I do here because the trolls be trolling as they always do. Not a big surprise, right? So, as you guys know, I got no sponsor tonight, and that's all right. So, I'm going to sponsor myself. Go check out the Woke Society's YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends and family. We are the news now. Check out my Patreon. Patreon here has this is for my diehard fans. I got my tiers here for all the exclusive content that I don't do on YouTube. Bunch of stuff going on there as well. That's growing, and it's very exciting. Go to my BitChute as my backup channel, even though I hate BitChute. I'm not a big fan. Go subscribe there anyways in case YouTube, God forbid, shuts us down. And as I always like to do, go to my wokesociety.com webpage where you can catch all my content platform-wise for your podcasting. All your podcasting platforms right here. Isn't that nice and beautiful? All in one place, except for Spotify. But that's okay. And of course, check out my new store, guys. Look at the main page. Look at the main page. I have hats, defund the media, and women, ladies out there, I got your V-necks, all customized out, all customized. Orange Man Rat t-shirts, the Q Plus Star Bay 15-ounce mug. I got a whole bunch of stuff. My brother makes this stuff, and also my dude out there, ESO Creative, which you're going to see here in a moment. He's going to be part of this giveaway. He's giving away some of his shirts, 2 shirts and a hoodie. So we got all that, and there's the hats. all that cool stuff. So check it out. PayPal's in the description if you guys want to send a one-time donation, all that good stuff. All right. We got all that stuff out of the way. It's so good to be here with all of you. Let me hop over to the chat real quick. Yes, Colleen, thank you for being here. There's a lot of new people here. A lot of new people. We're growing day by day. We're almost at 1,000 viewers already. We're going to give an audience just another minute to come in, gather around, because we have a lot to cover. And yeah, it's just great seeing everybody, as I always love to do. You guys have been the backbone of this channel, and we are growing together. And the reason I titled today, If America Falls, So Does the World. We are their last obstacle. And I say there, you know who we're talking about, the deep state, the people that really pull the strings. We are their last obstacle, and people like us, the people that want to keep our country, keep our core principle and values, we're the ones right now holding strong, and our collective voices, we're going to be heard. We've all we got, people. We got our president, thank God, but this is all we got right now. We're gonna truck through this. November is gonna come, and then hopefully things will start getting a little bit better. All right. Very good. 1,052 viewers already. That is fantastic. I'm gonna do the first giveaway at the other side of the intro as well, and all that good stuff. And we'll get that started. So that's my cue. So, as I always like to do here on Woke Societies, if you're all new here, I like to start with a laugh or a very serious video to get a point across. And today we're going to be laughing because there is plenty of bad news to talk about tonight, but also there is a bunch of good news. But to me, there is nothing funnier than senior citizens fighting with each other. And we got a whole video for you. I got a 2-minute video here from Breaking 911. I tweeted this out, what was it, yesterday? It was the first video I woke up to in the morning. It was so funny to watch. So if you have seen it, great. You're going to laugh again. If you haven't, I guarantee you're going to laugh at this. There is some language, but guess what? This show, hey, the effing doctor, what's up, man? This show is for 18 and up. So there is some language, but I guarantee you're going to get a laugh at it. So this was somewhere, I believe, in Florida. I don't even know exactly where. This video was made by 50 Shades of Way. I'm going to play this video, and you guys will see my intro, and I will see you guys on the other side of the intro for a special announcement and the first giveaway. We're going to have a good time tonight. We have a lot to cover. So take a watch of this video and let me know what you guys think.
There's your one, Roy. There's your white racist. Yeah, got in you. White power. Yes, there you go. White power. You hear that?
Fuck Trump.
Oh, would you stop the language?
Fuck Trump.
Nasty language.
Oh, listen to your president if you want nasty language, you idiot.
Officer! Get back in your car, she said to me. Get back in your car, asshole. They got a woman, dickwad. You big boy.
Come on, you touch me.
Hey, where's the officer?
Officer. Where's the officer? Come on. We don't need to fuck out Nazi pig. This isn't what we are. Oh my God. No wonder. You no wonder.
You'll still be crying on November 3rd.
Oh, no.
Too bad. Too bad. You'll be crying on
You're a Nazi.
You'll be
beat me up? You can beat me up? Oh, you little turd. You fucking turd. Oh, you go. You're a fucking Nazi. Nazi racist pig. That's what you are.
We resemble that. We work. We love it.
Trump. 4 more.
We're the minorities that support Trump. Exactly. They don't come out because they will not vote for him.
Where's your white hood? Where's your white hood? Where's your white hood?
I can't wait to do this when I'm older.
Thanks for tuning in to the land of the real. But it's like the Twilight Zone, the plan is surreal. It'll blow your mind when the plan is revealed. Bring bringing thoughts to light, all the plans they conceal. Grab your flashlight, it's time to go down the rabbit hole. It's dark and hell is hot, dealing with satanic souls. The tide is turning, patriots are now in control. Apply aggressive pressure right now until they fold. Stay woke, open up your eyes and keep them peeled. All they do is lie, realize not everything is real. Through Project Looking Glass, the future is revealed. Future proves past, but there won't be any deals. Woke society's fam, you know it's time to go. Grab your popcorn, sit back now, enjoy the show. Severe anon on the mic, so come on, enjoy the flow. The wave is rising and you know it's only gonna grow.
Oh yes. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? I hope, ladies and gentlemen, that's us. All of us here at that age. Still doing this, still supporting, just, American principles, American values, not even Trump. Just keeping away from this cancel culture that is embedded, completely embedded with the far left extreme right now. It's disgusting, which we're going to jump right into it. I saw some people leave. They didn't like the video. Guess what? Don't let the door hit you on the way out. We all got to laugh, man. It is what it is. All right. So where do I want to begin? So as you guys know, I'm going to make my announcement right now. If you can, actually, before I make the announcement, let's do the giveaway, Bruce. So right now, guys, if you can, disregard the what I put in the link in the description for the giveaway. Go to my Twitter right now, at Woke Societies. My latest tweet, not my pinned tweet, my latest tweet. It says giveaway, it says shirt giveaway, whatever it is. I just need you to go in there, comment, and just at me. We'll get your Twitter handle, and then we're going to pick your name out of that, and Bruce is going to help you out with that. He's from ESO Creative. He's my t-shirt guy. So right now, go to my Twitter, go to that tweet, comment, and at me, so your Twitter handle comes up. This first one is going to be a Woke Societies t-shirt. We're going to do one midway the show, then a hoodie, a really nice hoodie at the end. So hang in there and stay with me. We're going to give away some free stuff, which we don't normally do on the show, but we want to do tonight. This was Bruce's idea, so we're going to do it. Love you guys. I want to show some support and give something back to you, as I always do. So let's get into the content, shall we? So I was talking about this cancel culture, and we're seeing it now with the Democrats. The far left, they're going around. They're still trying to tear down statues. Not as much now because there's a 10-year prison sentence attached to it. But we're seeing this cancel culture going on, which all that means is our collective voices, especially in the internet, they're just getting wiped out. There's channels that I think just either yesterday or today, I can't remember his name, but there was this philosopher guy. He's on Twitter. I followed him for a while, and they canned his channel, and he doesn't even talk about the stuff we talk about here. It's more philosophy, more whole world view kind of thing. And I just saw too some of my friends showed me in a chat. There was a channel that was simply about chess, and there was something about it that YouTube didn't like. Literally, it's a channel about a guy talking while he plays chess, and YouTube deemed his content harmful, and something else, something with violence. And the dude's playing chess. And we saw this on Quite Frankly stream. If you guys saw my last episode, we saw this Quite Frankly in midstream. YouTube took down his stream saying it was harmful and he was inciting violence. So this is the kind of culture that we're dealing with right now, and we're dealing with it today, and it's only going to get worse. Tomorrow is July, right? Yeah, tomorrow's July. And we still have 4 months to go till November. So let's see what happens. But I want to talk about this because I actually made a joke about this, and it made an article. This is from Breitbart talking about Democrats delete tweet targeting Mount Rushmore over white supremacy. And I brought this up because when this whole entire Aunt Jemima thing and Ben's rice, they were talking about changing all that to pander more, and it was too much of a they didn't want to seem racist, right? So I made a joke to my friends, man, what about Mount Rushmore? Because all those guys were white and they're carved into a side of a mountain. Are they going to want to take dynamite and blow those up too and completely erase everything about our country? Well, there was a tweet sent out by the Democratic Party. Check this out. The Democratic Party on Monday evening tweeted, then deleted an attack on Mount Rushmore, negatively portraying an upcoming event President Trump is planning ahead of Independence Day at the historic monument to 4 great American presidents. Trump has disrespected Native communities time and again, the Democrats wrote on Twitter with a link to an article in the British newspaper The Guardian in the now deleted tweet. He's attempted to limit their voting rights and block critical pandemic relief. Now he's holding a rally glorifying white supremacy at Mount Rushmore, a region once sacred to tribal communities. The linked story from The Guardian quotes Oglala Lakota tribe member Nick Telson, the president of local activist group Indian Collective, as calling Mount Rushmore a symbol of white supremacy. This is not a joke, and I was literally making a joke because I did not think they could go this far, but they are. Mount Rushmore is a symbol of white supremacy, of structural racism that's still alive and well in society today, Tilson said, a message echoed by the Democrat Party's former Twitter account. And here is the tweet. This is the account, and here it is talking about how Mount Rushmore is a symbol of white supremacy. But at this point, I should slap myself on the wrist. I should have expected this from the left and the Democrats at this point, because we're seeing this everywhere right now. You can't even walk down the street. If you walk down the street and say you're a Trump supporter, you're going to get segregated more for that right now than your own skin color. And that's just my opinion. People could have different opinions on that, but go into your workplace. Think about it. Go into your workplace. All you guys that have normal jobs, you go into your workplace. Would you be comfortable coming out and just saying in the lunchroom, break room, I'm a proud Trump supporter, no matter what your skin color is? Just think about that. Think how much that this is how far we've come as a culture. This is the cancel culture that we're talking about. And the cool thing about all this is the governor, the governor here said, this is definitely not happening, not on my watch. And good for her for standing up to that, because this cancel culture that we're dealing with, it is super toxic. We get memory hold and things just disappear. And we're going to see that more and more and more as the days come on. That is why I'm imploring everybody right now, go to my backup channels and go subscribe there. I know it's not YouTube, but we cannot sit here and pretend that this can't happen to any of us at any time. It can. So if you want to stay with me, go on my backup channels. And especially, I'm going to start pushing DLive very soon because, again, I cannot put all my eggs in a basket with YouTube. So just keep that in the back of your mind. And the best part about this is we had our press secretary giving President Trump's opinion on everything, including this cancel culture. And of course, the press secretary is always on fire, and I love to bring clips of her in. This is from the White House. Let's see what she had to say about it.
President Trump stands against defunding our brave police officers, caving to mob rule, and cancel culture which seeks to erase our history. Let's be clear. The rampant destruction of statues is not a part of any ideology, but this anarchy is aided by failed Democrat leadership. And as President Trump has tweeted, these statues, quote, are great works of art, but all represent our history and heritage, both the good and the bad. It is important for us to understand and remember, even in turbulent and difficult times, and to learn from them. So let's stand for law and order, for peace in our streets, and against anarchy. This is President Trump's vision for the future.
And there you go. And he's absolutely right. Because if our history is just allowed to be erased, and don't get me wrong, I'm still relearning our history as a country now, because the history books that we were taught, all those books in school, they're watered down. They're completely watered down, and I'm learning so much more about our true history and even the African American culture and those people themselves. They were not always slaves, and their history has been taken away from them. And I'm still studying more and more about that, because that's just something we need to know. But it's true, though. Defunding our great police officers, caving to mob rule and cancel culture, which seeks to erase history. And the mob rule has been allowed. This isn't just in a physical realm. Think about the digital realm as well. Think about the mob rule. Think about comment sections on Facebook posts, tweets, YouTube comment sections. Look how fast you get ganged up on for supporting Trump, and those tweets, those messages, they're all allowed to stay up. But if you support anything, we saw what Project Veritas with Facebook, 70% of the censorship queues were all Republican, conservative, even Christian posts were being targeted. So you tell me, we already are on a mob rule caving to a mob rule and cancel culture. And this is why it's so important that mainstream media and our social media changes drastically, or we're in big trouble. Now, I wanted to get this story. I know it's a couple days old, but this was great because we have a white couple here from St. Louis, and I bring up the fact that they're white in just a moment. I'm pointing out for a reason. They're a white couple here defending their home in St. Louis, and they have a gun. The man has a rifle here, and the woman here has a pistol. I just want to play this clip. Take a watch. And for whatever reason, Twitter wants to keep cutting my sound bites off earlier. But either way, yes, you had Black Lives Matter and these peaceful protesters that ran through a private gated community. They actually ripped down an iron fence to get through here. And these people here have a lavish home, a beautiful lavish home, which I'm about to show you. But the best part about this is these people were Black Lives Matter, some Antifa. And the best part about all this, all these people that were defending their homes with guns, which is their right, their Second Amendment right. Look who they were for. Look at the party they associate themselves with. This is from Cat the Hammer 1 on Twitter. Fun fact of the day, the couple in St. Louis being harassed by riders are registered Democrats and have donated thousands to Democrat politicians. You get what you vote for. And there's some more here. This is, I think, from Benny. So it turns out the gun-toting couple supports BLM, or Democrats are representing a victim of police brutality. The media is going to have a hard time comprehending this since they spent all of last night on it. And here we are. This is just some of their donations, apparently, and they are part of Act Blue, which we know is the company that takes all these donations and distributes them to BLM, which we ultimately knows a lot of those donations, if they go unclaimed, they go to the Democratic Party. But the whole entire point is here. Here you have a white couple, a very white couple here with a very nice house, defending their home against these same people here that you would think they voted for Democrat, they support BLM, but it still doesn't matter. It still does not matter. These people do not care what party you're voting for. It's just so funny to me to actually see this happen. And guess what? The media didn't even touch this. I guarantee you, if these people were registered Republicans or conservatives, or even had a Trump flag, even a little Trump flag in front of their house, this would have been mainstream front page news all over the place. And it's just funny to see that these people truly are not here to cause positive change for the entire country. They are literally labeled, Antifa especially, domestic terrorists. And that is the case for a reason. But look what happened. None of them walked up to them. None of them walked in that property. It was private property, and it was a gated community. And this dude was strapped, ready to go in case anything happened. And that is a Second Amendment right. And guess what? He's a Democrat, and he is totally within the law to defend his property, anything that he owns. And just imagine, look at inside this house. St. Louis AR-15 guy is an absolute baller. Look at the pictures inside this home. This is like literally almost like a museum. This has got to have millions and millions of dollars worth of just antiques. It's beautiful, guys. Like this is like something you'd see in a movie or a church. It's absolutely stunning. Can you imagine what those looters would have done to a place like that? Completely destroyed millions of dollars of property. And all that stopped them were two people with two guns. No violence, nothing happened, which was great. Nobody got hurt, which is always good. But look what happened. A positive result, nobody got hurt, and they backed off. It's just really funny to see the other side of this. It really is. So I wanted to point that out there. These people, they think it's if you're Democrat or on their side. It's not the case at all. We're seeing it in Chaz right now. There's literally a video out there of a member of CHOP or Chaz, a member of Antifa, getting interviewed talking about what it is. In the background, you hear gunshots, infighting. More people are dying inside that zone. And they were kind of just like, well, someone really got shot, so there's really nothing else I can do about it. On camera is talking about this. These people, they are not for America. They are completely anti-America. So let's get into some positive news here and shift some gears. I want to read this article here from the Western Journal. This was an exclusive, and I'm so happy to see General Flynn speaking more out in the public, getting more of his words out in the press so we can see it. And this, guys, was amazing, an amazing read. So I'm just going to read some of it. It says, exclusive from General Flynn, if we don't act, 2% of the people are about to control the other 98%. And I'm pretty sure it's like that anyways, but now we are awake to it and we are all seeing it happen. And now the world is waking up to this. So I want to read this. This is his words. I was once told if we're not careful, 2% of the passionate will control 98% of the indifferent 100% of the time. The more I've thought about this phrase, the more I believe it. There is now a small group of passionate people working hard to destroy our American way of life. Treason and treachery are rampant in our rule of law, and those law enforcement professionals who uphold our laws are under the gun more than any time in our nation's history. These passionate 2% appear to be winning. Despite there being countless good people trying to come to grips with everything else on their plates, our silent majority, and again, Flynn uses those words that Q has used, that Trump has used, our silent majority, the indifferent, can no longer be silent, and we cannot be anymore. If the United States wants to survive the onslaught of socialism, and that's exactly what's going on, and that's exactly what we're seeing happen right now, if we are to continue to enjoy self-government and the liberty of our hard-fought freedoms, we have to understand there are two opposing forces. One is the children of light, and the other is the children of darkness. As I recently wrote, the art and exercise of self-governance require active participation by every American. I wasn't kidding, and voting is the only part of that active participation. Time and again, the silent majority have been overwhelmed by the audacity and resolve of small, well-organized, passionate groups. It's now time for us, the silent majority, the indifferent, to demonstrate both. And you want to talk about how powerful small, well-organized groups are? Look at the amount of people that we have in our with Where We Go One, with Q, all of our truthers, the red pillars, the YouTube channels, the Facebook groups, the Discord groups. We are beyond organized, and even the mainstream media has acknowledged, and Hillary Clinton has even acknowledged, how well organized the grassroots movement behind Trump, the free work that we do to get him elected, is well organized and super, super potent. And it's great to see that. And I think he had a little bit more here. For most Americans, these forces appear to be strong. I sense they are desperate, and they are desperate. And this is why I wanted to read this. All of it looks bad right now, but we are seeing the last of the cards being played out. I also sense that only a slight push on our part is all that is required to defeat these forces. How should that push come? Prayers help, and prayers matter, but action is also a remedy. Our law enforcement professionals, from the dispatcher to the detective and from the cop to the commissioner, are a line of defense against the corrupt and the criminal. It is how we remain for now in state of relatively peaceful existence. We must support them with all of our being. They are not the enemy. The cops are not our enemies. They bring light to darkness of night through their bravery and determination to do their jobs without fanfare and with tremendous sacrifice. And that is my opinion as well. Most police are good, normal people that care. The silent majority, the indifferent, tend to go the way of those leading them. We are not map or mind readers. We are humans fraught with all the hopes and fears that flesh is heir to. We must not become lost in this battle. We must resoundingly follow our God-given common sense. Seek the truth. Fight for it in everything that is displayed before you. Don't trust the fake news or false prophets. Trust your instincts and your common sense. Those with the conscience know the difference between right and wrong, and those with courage will always choose the harder right over the easier wrong. And it's just great words, and he still had more to go. But we're going to talk about General Flynn just more in a minute. It's 8:30, and I forgot to make my announcement, guys. Let's see how many people are in the chat here. We have 2,100 people in the chat. This is a perfect time to make my announcement. You guys have seen, I was on Red Pill with Methods. I had Methods on my show. We have become such great friends that I'm proud to announce. He announced it earlier today on Red Pill's show. Me and him are going to be doing a show together. It's going to be his channel. Right now we're starting with once a week. It's most likely probably be on Wednesdays. We're still deciding the time and the platform and how we're going to do it all. But me and Methods, M3, the infamous anon that we all love and see on Twitter and on Red Pill show, me and him have become friends. We have a chemistry. We're really good together, and we're going to be doing a show together. Probably in a few weeks. We're going to announce the official date once we don't even have a name for the show yet. We're still working on that alone, but We're working that out, and I just want to announce that because it's super exciting for me. Me being a guy literally on a couch 2 years ago, making fun of people just like him, and now I'm going to be joining forces to do God's work, as I like to say, and all that stuff. So that is happening, and I cannot wait for it. It's going to be great. And if you guys can right now, go to my Twitter, go to the most recent tweet that I have for the giveaway. It's a giveaway tweet. Go at me right now. This is for another t-shirt, and I see you, Methods. Yes. Yeah, there you are. I see you in the chat, my friend. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by, dude. It's going to be a great time. Go to the Twitter, go to the giveaway, and just tweet at me, and we'll get your Twitter handle and all that stuff for a free t-shirt. And we still have the hoodie for the end of the show, which I'm going to drag out because we're going to be going past 9 o'clock tonight. It's definitely, we got too much to cover. So, and since Methods is here, this is perfect timing because I'm going to use this clip here. I love this dude's clips. He's really good at it. Speaking about General Flynn, I want you guys, I was not able to actually watch this interview with Sidney Powell. And Methods here got a great soundbite from her, and I want you guys to listen to it because it's super important. It's going to lead right into the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Take a watch.
The longer Judge Sullivan takes to dismiss the case, the more stuff they owe me. There's still a long list of things that I know are there from the government's own, from Van Grack's own Brady letters that I know is there. There's a January 30 memo inside the Department of Justice completely exonerating General Flynn of all things Russia. January 30, 2017, while he was still in the White House. And not only did they not tell him of all those things for his defense of this case, or back then, they used the Flynn prosecution to gin up an obstruction of justice prosecution or impeachment hoax of President Trump. Comey knew when he talked to the president on February 14, 2017, that Flynn had been cleared of everything. So when the president said, Flynn's a good guy, I hope, this is going to go, he should have told him it's already gone, Mr. President. We cleared him weeks ago. And instead, he runs to his car and writes another Dear Diary that he leaks to the New York Times about how the president's trying to obstruct justice by just hoping the Flynn case is gone when it was already gone.
And she goes on continuing to talk about, but the most important part about it is that we knew, these guys knew, Comey knew that Flynn there was nothing there. But they still carried it on. And you know what I'm wondering too? This is why people have such a hard time at Graham. The last time after, not Peter Strzok, what was his name? The last hearing that we got, there was an issue from, there were subpoenas supposed to be coming for for Comey, Strzok, all these guys. And Graham's in charge of this. And I haven't heard any news of when these hearings are going to be held. I don't know if these hearings are happening behind closed doors because there's so many people involved. I'm hoping we're going to hear some news of when this stuff is actually going down. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But these people knew. Comey, Obama, Joe Biden, they were all part of this. They all knew. And you can see the conviction on her face. It's so blatantly obvious. You can hear it in her voice that this was a complete joke. And it's crazy that it took this long to get Flynn off. But look how much work and effort had to be poured into this to get the man off. And we're still waiting to hear that from Judge Sullivan. So we'll see what happens. But we wonder why there was such a hard push to keep Flynn, to pretty much go after Flynn and almost imprison him, right? This is from the New York Post. We're just going to read the headline here. Fresh evidence Obama ordered up the phony Russiagate scandal. And this is from June 27th. And this is essentially just summarizing the notes that we've covered from Peter Strzok. The most recent ones we saw were Joe Biden was bringing up the Logan Act, and Obama was talking about how he was asking a question should we keep some things out from Trump's transition team? And I'm paraphrasing. I don't have the exact notes in front of me, but those notes continue to solidify that that Obama, Biden, Peter Strzok, Comey, they were all in on this. They knew exactly what they were doing. And you would think, especially with this article here, and again, thank you, Methods, for sending me this to last minute because I couldn't find it. This is from the Gateway Pundit. This just came out today. The headline alone it's crazy. So huge. Per his lawyer, General Flynn was targeted because he knew about the billions Brennan, aka CIA, and company were running off the books. And I'm not going to get into this article just for time's sake because we have so much to cover, but it looks like General Flynn had knowledge also of illegal CIA operations being run by Brennan, which we know he's all tied up with Obama as well. He was all part of this all these sleaze bags are all connected to each other. And as all this news is coming out, and it's not just about Flynn. This is why I'm trying to encourage people to stay positive. There are a lot of negative articles out there, a lot of negative stories being put out there that the mainstream media wants you to pay attention to. But the article I just showed you is more damning evidence. That's the first time I've ever seen an article come out talking about how Flynn knew about, what was it? Was it billions or millions? Billions of dollars of illegal activity with the CIA. And you wonder what happened. Look what happened with JFK. Remember, he wanted to take down the CIA, and look what happened to him. Back then, they can get away with it. Because of everything now, with the nature of social media, everyone has a phone, there's a camera everywhere. It's very hard. It's a lot harder to just off somebody now. So you tell me. You're telling me nothing's happening? There is a lot happening. And it has to be played out according to the plan, and people are tired of hearing that, but guess what? I don't give a shit. So more good news, which I'm going to show you guys, because all this good news is coming out, and we're seeing counter narratives, which I'm also going to show you in a minute. This is from X22 report. If you guys didn't catch this was also huge. The Supreme Court just brought the hammer down on Soros. The George Soros Open Society's foreign affiliates do not have First Amendment rights or any constitutional rights. Hello, George. And this was a Supreme Court, argument that was submitted back in October. It was argued in May, and the decision came out literally just yesterday. And it's a huge document. It's 36 pages talking about what went into that decision, the arguments, all that stuff. But the whole main crux of this is pretty much calling out George Soros and anyone affiliated with his open society, which is a lot of people. We know funding comes from his society and himself to these Antifa groups. We know this. We know for a fact this is going on. We had even Project Veritas, the insider, saying that they are well funded, and there are funds coming from George Soros. It's from grants. And that was just one example, one person caught on camera. So you know this is what's happening behind the scenes. But you have all this information coming out. Flynn he's going to be freed. We have Obama. We still have Obamagate to be talking about. There's news about George Soros. And what do we see? We get Russia Hoax 2.0. And here we go. New York Post. You guys heard the story probably already. The New York Times put out this ridiculous article with, again, anonymous sources talking about Russia putting hits out on American soldiers and paying the Taliban for it. Let's just read this. This is from the New York Post. Intelligence community slams New York Times report on Russia-Taliban bounty plot. Leading intelligence community officials are speaking out following a news report about Russia paying the Taliban to kill U.S. troops in Afghanistan, denouncing leaks of sensitive information to the media. CIA Director Gina Haspel, Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe, and National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien each released statements Monday in which they condemned such information getting out to the public. All three of the statements were similar in messaging, all declining to confirm the report itself, saying that the intelligence was still being assessed. The statements also mirrored one another due to the concerns they raised over leaks from top intelligence officials. We are still investigating the alleged interference referenced in media reporting, and we will brief the president and congressional leaders at the appropriate time, Ratcliffe said Monday. Unfortunately, the unauthorized disclosures now jeopardize our ability to find out the full story with respect to these allegations. Haspel blasted leaks from the intelligence community, saying they compromise and disrupt the critical interagency work to collect, assess, and ascribe culpability. And guys, this is exactly what happened almost 4 years ago. Tell me how it's a coincidence. Is this coincidental that we have Russia and the Taliban coming into the news again? And this scares the shit out of me sometimes, only because we have pretty much, there's not much news coming out of Afghanistan, the Middle East anymore. Trump has been pulling troops out, which he has promised, and he's still doing that, pulling troops out. These endless wars seem to have finally come to an end, almost. Not completely, but almost. But we're seeing here another push through anonymous sources, and of course, it's through the New York Times, and we have another Russia-Taliban plot here that Trump supposedly knew about, but didn't act on it, and all this other crap. So, to give you guys some more context on it, this is, again, our awesome press secretary, talking to the press about this, and you guys are going to love this if you haven't seen it. It says, neither the president nor the vice president were briefed on the alleged Russian bounty intelligence. There is no consensus within the intelligence community on these allegations. Take a watch.
Thank you, Kaylee. I know you said that President Trump was never briefed on these reports about the Russian bounties and whatnot, but can you say that he was briefed today?
Look, I'll say this, that the U.S. receives thousands of reports a day on intelligence, and they are subject to strict scrutiny. While the White House does not routinely comment on alleged intelligence or internal deliberations, the CIA director, NSA, National Security Advisor, and the Chief of Staff can all confirm that neither the president nor the vice president were briefed on the alleged Russian bounty intelligence.
But has he been since briefed, since all of these reports came out?
So let me back up and say this, that there is no consensus within the intelligence community on these allegations, and in effect there are dissenting opinions from some in the intelligence community with regards to the veracity of what's being reported, and the veracity of the underlying allegations continue to be evaluated.
And one more question, if I could. Is he upset that this intelligence was reportedly shared with the British government, but not him?
I have no further comment on that other than to just point you back to the two assertions that I made.
It's just these stupid nagging questions, but she got it even worse. I would have, if I had more time, I'd play more of the clips, but it's just so ridiculous seeing the questions come out. And now this is going to be on top of this new wave of COVID, which we're going to be talking about, or the new swine flu that's going to be coming out of China. We're seeing the desperation, and we're seeing the old tricks come out again, and within a very short amount of time. We just got over the whole Russia thing, and here we are again trying to get the Russia and Taliban involved. And the reason why I said it scares me before is because the media is still trying to stir up shit with the Middle East. It's almost as if they would be totally okay with us going to war, and I know they would be. They want to get people riled up. They want to attack their emotions. And this is what they're doing now. And the president never even heard of this. The vice president never heard of it. And even Ratcliffe and others in the intelligence community, this was not anything legit. And I saw Hillary Clinton tweet out today that Trump was sitting and not doing his job or something ridiculous. But of course, we're all seeing the coordinated effort and all the lies start spewing out. And it's just ridiculous. But something that Americans don't feel is a lie is Joe Biden's dementia. And this, I just wanted to throw it out there because there was some clips from Joe Biden today that I think I put in here as well, from Zero Hedge. Nearly 40% of voters think Biden has dementia. And I guarantee you, as the days go on, that percentage is going to get higher. So nearly 40% of voters think former Vice President Joe Biden has dementia, including 20% of Democrats, according to a new Rasmussen poll. Their latest national telephone and online survey found that 38% of likely U.S. voters think Biden is suffering from some form of dementia, while 48% disagree and 14% are just not sure. And kudos to Zero Hedge. I've never seen this image before. I think this is Joe Biden's wife, but she has her hand out and her finger is in his mouth. Like, dude, you're already creepy as all hell. Why do you do this? It's just like, why even have a PR team at this point? They should just quit. Just give up. It's going to be an absolute mess. And the best part about it today, this is the clip I wanted to show you guys. A reporter actually asked, have you been tested for some degree of cognitive decline? And listen to what Biden says.
Are subject to some degree of cognitive decline. I'm 65. I don't have word recollection that I used to have. I forget my train of thought from time to time. You got 12 years on me, sir. Have you been tested for some degree of cognitive decline?
I've been tested and I'm constantly tested. Look, all I got to do is watch me, and I can hardly wait to compare my cognitive capability to the cognitive capability of the man I'm running against. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, that just employed so much confidence, and then he just runs off the stage. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Is he gonna even make it till November? You think he's gonna be able to stand toe to toe with Trump on a stage talking about this? And you know Trump's gonna bring it up. He's savage. He does not care. So you tell me, guys, what do you think? You let me know. But the whole reason why I wanted to show this to you guys is there's just more positive news coming out. Oh, and look at this. I forgot to show you guys this too. Some idiot climbing up one of the statues trying to take it down. This is good. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Dumbass. You know, we gotta laugh at these people. We gotta laugh at these people. It's just really funny. And speaking of that, this whole entire when I was bringing up George Soros and all this good news that's coming out, this was another clip here from Kaylee talking about how they arrested over 100 anarchists, and the DOJ has also charged 4 men in federal court for attempting to tear down the statue of Andrew Jackson in Lafayette Square. When you have George Soros and his cronies being stripped of any constitutional rights, that's telling me, and Antifa being declared a terrorist organization, they're going after these people, and it's an entire corporation. Maybe they could RICO these guys and take them all down in one shot. We'll have to see. But now that we see there's actually being action taken against these people, and people being taken down these statues can go to jail now or prison for 10 years. This is what we're dealing with, and it's great to see this happen. And on top of it, if you guys were worried about anything else and what could possibly happen to some of these traitors that we're going to be seeing being fried in hearings and possibly being indicted, look what dropped here. This was literally yesterday from the Epic Times. The Supreme Court clears way for Trump administration plans to resume federal executions. Now, you guys know on this channel, I do not ever promote violence, and I never will. But for people that harm children or do terrible acts to children, I have no sympathy for you. And traitors of this country, I also have no sympathy for you. So let's look at this. The Supreme Court on June 29th declined a challenge by several death row inmates asking justices to clarify the law and how the government carries out federal executions. The decision paves way for the Trump administration to push forward with its plans to resume federal executions after a nearly 20-year pause. The 4 inmates who were convicted of murdering children argued that their scheduled lethal injections would violate the 1994 Federal Death Penalty Act, which states that the method of execution should be determined by the state where a capital crime is committed, and the Federal Bureau of Prisons was initially blocked from carrying out the executions after a district court granted a preliminary injunction, but the U.S. Court of Appeals, the District of Columbia Circuit, ruled early April that the Trump administration's plan to resume executions of federal death row prisoners by lethal injection is lawful, tossing out the lower court's decision. Now, these are people placed, I don't know if this goes across the board or just people that are on death row. But either way, to me, this is signaling something that we could possibly see in the future. This is the dream, right? These people paying the ultimate price, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. For a lot of us, including myself, Gitmo would be good enough for me. Seeing them being walked out in handcuffs would be a start for me. That would be good. And whatever happens after that, they can do whatever they want with them. They can send Soros to Russia. We can get Obama and Hillary. I'm good with that. Totally good with that. So let's just hop over to the chat here real quick. We're at 2,600 viewers. That's a new record for this channel. Thank you guys for joining here tonight. We're going to get into the Q drops right now. Hit that like button for me. We're at already over 1,000 likes on this live stream. You guys are awesome. Again, check out my merch, check out the Patreon, check out everything that I got in the links below to further support the channel. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. So let's get into the Q drop, shall we? And we got a lot. We got a fly flying around here, of course. All right, so which one are we going to go first? We're going to start with 4538. And guys, I'm not going to read every single sentence of every drop tonight just for time's sake. It's way too much. So we're going to start here. 4538. Is China working on starting another virus pandemic? Swine flu. This is the new one, guys. G4EA H1N1. This is the new virus that's going to be coming supposedly. And Q writes, another Chinese special delivery. And we go here to the BBC article. Flu virus with pandemic potential found in China. And a new strain of flu that has the potential to become a pandemic has been identified in China. And of all places where every virus seems to be coming from nowadays is China. It emerged recently and is carried by pigs, but can infect humans, they say. The researchers are concerned that it could mutate further so that it can spread easily from person to person and trigger a global outbreak. And I don't know anything about viruses. I'm not a scientist. I don't study this stuff, but from what I'm hearing, just from all the stuff we learned about COVID, it's extremely hard. And it's very rare that a disease from an animal can be transferred over to humans. And that's why when the whole entire bat thing came out about the COVID crisis, it was immediately squashed. But, you know, we'll just have to see what happens. But again, Q is bringing this up. When Q brings up the second wave, stupid fly. When Q brings up the second wave of COVID, is it going to be COVID or is this going to be a different strain? The H1N1, which we've already seen before. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not too sure, but does it really surprise you at this point? It doesn't surprise me at all. And we see it right here. Breaking 911. Here's a picture of it. Developing new swine flu strain G4EA H1N1 discovered in China has pandemic potential. And there's the fear tactic right there. That's all they need to do to get in the mainstream media, on headlines, on newspapers, on the radio. It doesn't have to be a pandemic, but it just has to be a potential pandemic to get this pandemic train running again. 4539. New next shift scam. POTUS ignoring bounties on American troops and another phony whistleblower. So we have a DOD whistleblower coming, Schiff investigation hearing coming, when by any means necessary, all assets deployed, live or die, Democratic Party, foreign puppet masters, string pullers, death spiral. And let's go in here. And this is a link to Jim Jordan. The same people who broke the Russia hoax story now expect us to believe the reporting on President Trump ignoring bounties on American troops. Don't think so. And this is what I want to say to everybody. The first time, and this is me personally, for the ones that are new to this channel that don't know my story, 2 years ago, I was literally the person drinking the Democratic Kool-Aid. I was completely, I didn't like Trump at all. I voted for Trump because I hated Hillary Clinton. But I was completely against everything he had to say. I was everything with the border wall and all that stuff. I believed the Russia stuff. I was that guy. And I believed it the first time. And then I woke up. And you guys, I'm not going to go into my whole story, but the Russia thing is what got me woke up originally when I saw the complete onslaught of the American media destroying this man when not even 5 years ago, there was nothing but mostly good things to say about Donald Trump. And being from New York, him being in New York City, I always heard good things about this man. I loved his show growing up. But besides that, didn't really care about politics or any of that. But we are not going to fall for this again. And the fact that they even used Russia, at least use China or something. Use China, but they can't use China because they don't want to get China upset because they know they're all tied up with China too, the mainstream media. It's disgusting. But Representative Jim Jordan said the same people who broke the Russia hoax story now expect us to believe the reporting on President Trump. You think President Trump ignored hits out on American troops when the man has done so much for veterans. He's revamped our military and he's pulling troops from these endless wars from these countries that they don't need to be in, and they're coming home. We have enough problems to deal with here on the home front right now. And I believe that's a big reason why he brought these troops home. And it might just because he knows these wars are ridiculous. There's a ton of other reasons why we're there, and it's not what's being portrayed in the media. But we're not going to fall for this again, and Q was pointing this out here. Let's scroll up. 4540. The news is fake. The insurgency is real. Very straightforward. Q drop there. Don't have to dig into that one. Now, these next two are the ones I'm not going to read because this was something I didn't even cover on my channel, but a lot of people I know out there saw this. There was an Archbishop, Carlo Maria Viganos. He wrote a letter to Trump, and I've read this before. It's an absolutely stunning letter, but I'm not going to read the whole entire thing. It's just too much. But the last part I want to read here, he writes, Mr. President, my prayer is constantly turned to the beloved American nation, where I had the privilege and honor of being sent by Pope Benedict as a apostolic nuncio. I don't know what that means, but I am praying for you and also for all those who are at your side in the government of the United States. I trust that the American people are united with me and you in prayer to Almighty God, united against the invisible enemy. Curious that he used those words, invisible enemy of all humanity. I bless you and the First Lady, the beloved American nation, and all men and women of goodwill. And that's from Carlo Maria there. And you think he follows Q? I think there's a very good chance because he's using very similar words that we see from Q. But I just thought that was really cool. But again, if you guys want to read that, go for it. It's all there on qmap.pub. 4543, loyalist critical. Defend and protect at all cost. Loyalist critical, a counterattack to the first. Law and order strike, prepared and ready in an effort to change the narrative. Prevent blind mass public awareness. Coordinated effort to remove sitting U.S. president. Covertly disrupt, which one's this? Chain of command, regional command as needed. Media plans to disregard, relabel as political attack, AG, election interference, and inject script. And you guys are going to see right now, a couple drops further, what this is talking about. Some commanding officers, EOs, may provide class 1-99 that does not reflect those 1-99 of the POTUS or the AG who is Barr of United States. Appropriate action should be taken. Remember your oath. Remember your mission. Infiltration, not invasion. Defend and protect at all costs. And what this tells me, ladies and gentlemen, is that there could be possibly some false documents coming out saying this is what Trump's presenting, false documents, and these are the real documents, something along those lines. But the main crux that I found, the main theme of this drop here is that the Attorney General Barr is going to be attacked. There's going to be investigation started by Schiff and the House Democrats. And guess what? Before this dropped yesterday, there was really no news of that until today, which we're going to get into. But again, Q points out, infiltration, not invasion. Defend and protect at all costs, and we're going to do this every single day until the war is won. 4544, these are the times that try men's souls. These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of their country, but he that stands by it now deserves the love and thanks of man and women. Tyranny like hell is not easily conquered, yet we have this consolation with us that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness, only that gives everything its value. Heaven knows how to put a proper price upon its goods, and it would be strange indeed if so. Celestial, an article as freedom should not be highly rated. Thomas Paine. Great quote by Thomas Paine. Very inspirational. Let's keep going here for time's sake. 4545. Powerful drop. This is by far one of my most favorite Q drops since they've started almost, 3 years ago now. United against the invisible enemy of all humanity. Humanity is good, but when we let our guard down, we allow darkness to infiltrate and destroy. Like past battles fought, we now face our greatest battle at present, a battle to save our republic. That is what we were trying to restore, Patriots, because we lost the republic a long time ago. We are trying to restore it now. Our way of life and what we decide, each of us now will decide our future. Will we be a free nation under God, or will we cede our freedom, rights, and liberty to the enemy? We all have a choice to make. Evil darkness has never been so exposed to light. They can no longer hide in the shadows. Our system of government has been infiltrated by corrupt and sinister elements. Democracy was almost lost forever. Think our HRC install, 2+ Supreme Court justices, 200+ judges, rogue elements expanded inside DOJ, FBI, CIA, NSA, White House, state level, removal, Second Amendment, border, etc., America for sale, China, Russia, Iran, Syria. And just for time's sake, guys, I'm going to scroll down here. They're just talking, Q's just reminding us how close we were to destruction. And it says right here, this is not about politics. This is about preserving our way of life and protecting the generations that follow. We are living in biblical times, children of light versus children of darkness, united against the invisible enemy. And there it is, united against the invisible enemy of all humanity. Very curious. And that is what people don't understand. The infiltration has been going on for decades. And even since this country began, there has been a group of people trying to strip away exactly the principles of our founding fathers and get rid of our Second Amendment. Install justices that will literally water down our laws. And we were that close, guys. That close. Hillary was the final nail in the coffin to completely usher in the end of this country as we know it. And Q is just letting us know we are all being united right now against this invisible enemy, and we're going to fight every single day. And you know I will on this channel as much as I possibly can. 4546. They sent positive COVID-19 patients from Mexico into California to reignite the virus. Wave 2. Camouflaged by protest riots, COVID-19 positive patients in Mexico were quietly transferred routed to California. The swelling numbers of COVID-19 patients entering the United States from Mexico comes as many parts of California have pushed down their infection rates, enables many counties to lift stay-at-home restrictions and reopen businesses. And we're seeing that happen now. How do you maintain control of the narrative? Mail-in voting necessary in an attempt to keep control of POP. Next challenge, rising cases due to testing incorporated Mexico to California, but overall decrease in death rates, nursing home scandal and public domain, no longer viable option. And think about that. Just think about that for a moment. We're going to the New York Times. I can't read the virus. Can't read the article. They are a virus, the New York Times, but there's a paywall here. But talking about the situation and this other article here from the Deadline talking about how the California coronavirus update, Governor Gavin Newsom indicates LA County could close back down soon. We'll be stepping up our enforcement. And it's not even there. It was also in Arizona. Arizona Governor Ducey, or I would like to say Douchey, issues executive order to close bars, gyms, movie theaters, and water parks due to COVID-19. And this is just so sad. Think about being that person that's relying on that job. You're busting your ass trying to make ends meet now. And your job is open back up. You go back to work. You're already under restrictions. You probably have to wear a stupid mask anyways out in public because you're at work. And then you're told, nope, not again. You have to go back. We're closing up again. And Q brings up a good point talking about the nursing homes. The nursing homes should be one of the biggest stories in the country right now, with 5 Democratic governors sending the elderly to their death by stuffing nursing homes with COVID-19 positive patients, including our douchebag of a governor, Cuomo, who is still dying on his hill saying he did what he needed to do when it was blatantly obvious he completely sidestepped federal guidelines. And Q is saying, now this second push has multiple tentacles to it. It's to have more lockdowns for mail-in voting, and on top of it, to cover over the real stories that should be reported on, which are the nursing homes. And now that is going to come out of the public eye in this new push, this new HN1 bullshit that's going on. It's all coming back into the forefront. It's absolutely insane. 4547, the Lone Warrior. And this was cool. This went to a YouTube video here. I don't have it up. It's just, Q has done this before to a song. And it's not really, it's music. There's no lyrics to it, but it's just, it gives you good feelings and all that good stuff. And Trump actually tweeted a tweet earlier before Q dropped the Lone Warrior himself, which is just a Q proof in itself, which I don't know if I have it up here. No, I did not. That's okay though. But yeah, Q dropped 4547, the Lone Warrior. Trump tweeted this out earlier in the day, the Lone Warrior, just those exact 3 words. Great Q proof, great to see. 4548. Mayor Bill de Blasio released 650 plus inmates who are free to commit crimes without consequence, and this is just disgusting. Q writes, does a combination of prisoner release plus mask mandate provide for a more dangerous environment to citizens? Think about this. And this is, I saw this happen because I was inside the jails with my job, my ex job before this. They were releasing, they were calling they weren't high priority. They weren't violent inmates. They were releasing these inmates, these criminals, onto the streets because they were afraid of COVID spreading. When COVID was already in the prisons, I was inside some of these prisons in New York, these maximum security prisons, and the CEOs already had COVID, and so did the inmates. And they were pretending like releasing them into the public was a good option. And on top of it, these people now can walk around with masks, further concealing their identity. And Q writes here, as an example, when we learned last week that Brand was about to use her authority to order an across-the-board release of hundreds of inmates serving city sentences, we were assured that the release would not include those serving time for domestic violence or sex offenses given the risk to victims, the letter states. Unfortunately, we later learned that such individuals were indeed included in the ranks of those to be released. So you have domestic violence and sex offenders released back into the public, and not only that, they're allowed to wear masks out in public, obviously concealing their identity. And de Blasio said Sunday that more than 650 inmates have been released over the coronavirus concerns. This just makes me so angry. Hundreds of prisoners released from the Rikers due to COVID concerns are being unable to reoffend again and again without consequences, law enforcement leaders say. Cause and effect. You see what's happening in this terrible video here. You can see it. This man walked up behind a 64-year-old woman, choked her out. She goes unconscious, and then he walks away with her bag, and he walks away like nothing happened, and there he is with the mask. Can't see who he looks like, can't see under the mask. And de Blasio, the same piece of shit that is saying we're going to defund the police that have been completely demoralized. I saw it firsthand in the city when I was still working. These police officers are completely demoralized. And de Blasio just threw some of these prisoners out for COVID concerns. And at the same time, cops are there's probably more of a chance of cops going to jail than the actual criminal now in the city, in New York. What's up is down, what left is right. Out here in New York it is, and it just makes me sick, and I hope it changes very soon. 3 more drops to go. 45-49, House D's to begin impeachment. Here we go. Inquiry against AG Bill Barr, Q-proof, and Q writes, like clockwork. And here we go. This is from Chad Program. Democrat Tennessee Rep Cohen introduces resolution for House to begin impeachment inquiry into Barr. Has 35 co-sponsors, says Barr obstructs justice by favoring the president's friends and political allies. He abuses his power by using the DOJ to harass, intimidate, and attack disfavored Americans. Q called this a long time ago. And they knew it was coming. And now AJ Barr, I just don't get it. Actually, I do get it. It doesn't surprise me, but the Dems are in a death spiral, and this is what we're seeing happen right now. And Q called this. We shouldn't be surprised by this. And I guarantee you, Schiff was in a hearing today, a public press conference, and now it's even worse because he wears his mask, and the thing I hate about Schiff the most is his stupid bug eyes. But now because I can't see his mouth move when he talks, all I can do is stare at his stupid eyes. Ugh. It just makes me sick. Really makes me sick. But we shouldn't be surprised by this, right? Now we have new Russia leaks by anonymous people in the media, and now we're going to start an investigation into the Democrat considering AJ Barr Trump's lapdog. He is favoring his friends and political allies when in fact all he's doing is actually doing his damn job. A president doing his job for the people. Who would have thought? And you see the concerted effort to stop this man. He's getting elected November 3rd, and I'll do whatever I can to get him in. 4550. People must see the evil in our midst for themselves. It's the only way forward. And Anon wrote, I see what's happening, but I would like to see you guys doing something about it already. And I hear these tweets and messages all the time, and I completely just disregard. But even Q's getting it from Anons. We know all of this. We are helpless to it all. So the real question, Q, is do you see what is happening? And Q writes, fear not. We are not helpless. Enough must see. It is the only way. You are being presented with the gift of vision, ability to see clearly what they've hid from you for so long, their deception, dark actions on full display. People are waking up in mass. People are no longer blind. Do you think it's coincidence they banned and prevent you attending church, house of worship, anti-American, anti-God? One must only look to see. Have faith in humanity. Have faith in yourself. Let light guide you. Find peace through prayer. Biblical. Great drop there. Q is just reassuring us enough people have to see, and we're not there yet. We're getting there, but things are going to get spicy until November. 4551, Joe Biden, I'm going to follow the doc's orders. I will not hold any rallies. And this is the last drop to finish up the night. How do you prevent public embarrassment, lack of crowd size? How do you continue the fake polling lead? How do you support mail-in ballot election fraud? The election was not rigged. All polls show Biden had double-digit lead versus POTUS. Example, who benefits the most? Is this about the virus or the election? And this goes to a Gateway Pundit article saying that Joe Biden, I'm going to follow the doc's orders. I think, let's see if the video is here. I actually didn't have this article pulled up. If the video will play, I will play it, but I don't see it. There's too many ads on this stuff. It's all right. Oh, here he is. Let's watch it. Nope, that's not it. Okay, it's all right. You guys get the point. Joe Biden is going to say, I'm following Doc's orders. I will not hold any rallies, which we all means I have dementia, and it clearly can be seen, and I don't want to embarrass myself any further to already shoot myself in the foot, and I'm already barely hanging on this election, so I'm going to do everything I can to insulate myself. And guess what? Maybe we'll even do a Zoom meeting with Trump and do the debates electronically, virtually. Let's do that. It's so much easier. I don't have to get embarrassed in front of the entire country on a stage talking to a man that I know is going to absolutely demoralize me with words and stuff I've said in the past. Joe Biden has a 50-year political history. And you can go right now on YouTube and look at all the videos of the racial, super racist things he said. And you already know Trump and his team have all this stuff already on the back burner, ready to go for November. It's already collected. It's already done. Q has already said it. We have it all. Amazing. All right. We're almost 3,000 viewers. We just hit 2,800. That is wonderful. We're going to do the last giveaway. This is going to be for a Woke Society's hoodie. This thing's worth what, $45? Gonna be giving this out right now. Go to my Twitter right now. Go to the tweet that I talked about the giveaway, at me with your handle, and you guys will be a winner of a hoodie. So, and I'm gonna hang out with you guys just for a few minutes here, Bruce. I know you're out there, ESO Creative. Look out for that new tweet, and I'm gonna announce the winners in about 4 or 5 minutes. So. Wow, we got done at 9:10. I thought this show was gonna be like 9:30 at least. Holy cow. Whew, we made it through it. My voice held up. Had some water with me, thank God. Man, oh man. But yeah, a lot of the content I got today, guys, broke like after I already set up the episode. A lot of the stuff I added last minute. It's too much stuff to cover, but we will always be on top of it here at Woke Society, so good stuff. I cannot believe we almost got 3,000 people in here. That's insane. If you were to tell me 2 years ago I'd be talking to 3,000 Trump supporters, I don't know what I would have done. Probably drove off a bridge or something. I don't know. It's just crazy that we're here. I love you guys. You guys are the best. The Woke fam is the best. We are strong. We are strong and growing. We're already at 81,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? I'm hoping in a month or two we'll be at 100,000. And I want to see if YouTube's gonna send me my silver award. Do you think they'll send it to me? I wonder if they'll send it to me. If they do, it's gonna be right here, right here, so everyone can see it. Like, thanks YouTube, thanks Susan, thank you for recognizing my efforts on your platform. It's so good. So good. All right, let me check my phone, guys. Let me go look. All right, so I'm going to announce the two winners that we have so far. For the t-shirts, we have at Q Rosie, and the second one is at Hillbilly Patriot. If you guys are still there, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get I got your Twitter handles here. I'm probably going to DM you for your emails, and then I will send those off to Bruce at ESO Creative so he can get your address, and we can send you some free stuff. Great stuff here, guys. Showing support for you. You guys are the reason why I'm here, the reason why I was able to leave my job, reason why I was able to do this full time. And there's nothing else I'd rather be doing in the world right now than being here right with you guys and doing this channel and being part of this movement that I'm so happy to be a part of, and a growing movement. And whatever happens, I'll always be around somewhere. Always be around somewhere. So hit that like button. Hit that like button right now on the way out the door. You guys are awesome. We all have to get together, guys. We have to get united. Your family, friends. Don't force these views on anybody, especially Q stuff, guys. There are a lot of people that have come across in the YouTube world that I am friends with that know my content. They're not into Q, but we still jive, man. We can still have conversations. Not everything is all Q stuff. It's just not. Some people aren't into it, and I understand it. I was that guy. I can totally relate. Anyone that's come from the other side to here, I am that person. I totally get it. All right, so another minute here. if Bruce here can get that last person. If I might just hop over to my Twitter too, just to check. Let me type it in here. There he is. I got a gaming keyboard, so when I type, before I got into this, I'm hardcore into games, so I always like hearing my keys. It's not good for podcasting, so excuse the loud typing here. You got that last. Boom. Remote viewer 57. You're always here. Thanks for being here, remote viewer. I always see you out here. Thank you. Great show tonight. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we'll see in about another minute. See if we can get that. So, yeah, guys, me and Method's gonna be doing show in probably in a few weeks. Me and M3, we're trying to come up with a name. Trying to come up with a name for the show still. So that'll be interesting. I can't wait for that. It's going to be a different style, probably a different style than what you guys are used to. It's going to be casual conversation. And it's not going to be... you guys will see. You'll see it. Let's wait till we get there. All right. You know what? Let me hop over to my Twitter. I'm going to go there right now and I'll pick somebody out myself. Let's see... Alright, let's see. That's funny, the giveaway tee. Of course, ton of engagement. Let's see here. Alright. I'm going to give the hoodie Darlin Mel. At Darlin Mel. I'm going to give it to you. You're the first person that I saw that came up here. You are getting a hoodie. Congratulations. I will DM you myself and we'll get all your information. So that is the show, guys. I had so much fun. My next episode was today, Tuesday. So my next recorded episode will be out Thursday. I'm keeping that schedule. You guys out there that want to join my Patreon, I'm doing exclusive live streams that I don't do on YouTube. They're going back and forth between Monday and Fridays. I'm still figuring out that schedule. But if you guys want to join my Patreon, I do extra live streams for my patrons or the people who are my diehard fans. So check that out and all that good stuff. So let's see what we got here. What do I want to go out with? This is it. So again, thank you guys for being here. Like, share, comment. Tell your friends about this channel. This is Scott, the creator of Woke Societies. Like, share, comment. Tell your friends and family. We are the news now. Hit that like button, guys. It really helps. If you guys want to join the Patreon, go to my BitChute backup channel. Go to the wokesocieties.com webpage for all of the podcasting links. And of course, go to my shop. Check out my shop and get yourself a cool hat, cool shirt, cool mug. You're supporting local businesses here in New York. 3 local businesses, in fact, when you guys purchase a product from my shop. And it's greatly appreciated. You guys are the best. Thank you. Stay safe out there, please. World is a shit show right now, but we're gonna get through it. We gotta trust the plan. Everything's gonna work out. We just gotta make it to November. We're gonna be okay. So stay safe, stay warm. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. And as I always like to say, stay woke. Good night, everybody.